Okay, this is part 3 of Captain Serenity Tom F. Recovery Sayings. It's better to vacuum your floor or your rugs, rearrange your closet, clean out the bathroom, or clean the toilet, or take a walk than to think and try to figure things out. Abstinence is a gift from God. What I do is my gift back to God. I'm as sick as I am secretive. It's a good idea to tell my secrets to someone safe. My sponsor suggested that when there is a thing I don't want to do that I know is good for me, do it anyway. Then you don't need to worry about it. So I do my morning exercises whether my head says it's a good idea or not. I just do it. My sponsor shared with me, if I don't stand for something, I can fall for anything. Acting as if can be helpful. I was upset about someone owing me money. My sponsor asked, "Is that money worth your serenity?" The answer was no. My sponsor taught me, be careful who you put on a pedestal. Birds defecate on them. The power of forgiveness. I have found by forgiving myself and others, I can cut the control I give them over me. I used to feel that if I forgave someone, they won. Program has helped me to see forgiveness from a different perspective. A reason for forgiving others. When I choose not to forgive someone who hurt or angered me, I'm giving them free rein in my head because I'm thinking about them and not what I could do for someone else. I have found one of the ways of cutting the umbilical cord of them controlling me is by forgiving them. That does not mean forgetting, but forgiving them. My sponsor suggested that it's good to make an effort to not build a case against myself. Instead, I can list the things I've done right, pray, read something, call someone, say some prayers, attend a meeting, list what I'm grateful for, ask God to remove these negative thoughts, take a walk, forgive myself, and the other person, place, or thing. Choose to think about something else. My sponsor suggested problems with your sponsor. You share problems with your sponsor. You share solutions at a meeting. My sponsor shared with me, put down the baseball bats and whips. When I think you deserve it, we can talk about it. You'd never let anyone treat you as badly as you treat yourself. Practice makes better, not perfect. Saying I'm sorry is most times not an amends for me because I'm saying I'm sorry so you won't be angry with me, not because I want to change my attitude and actions. An amends is a complete change, like the amendments to the Constitution. My sponsor said, I can take my disease seriously, but not myself. The big book says, we're not a glum lot, on page 132. A good suggestion is to get on my knees and ask God to keep me abstinent today. I'm not cured. I have a daily reprieve, one day at a time. My sponsor suggested doing something for someone else and not being found out. This turned out to be a blessing because it helps me get out of self. I've realized through program that feelings are not good or bad, they're just feelings. if I choose to accept them. It's not my feelings that got me in trouble. It was the reactions that I did that hurt me and others. My job is not to tell you what to do, but share what I did. Someone shared, God doesn't create junk. I'm not a mistake. If I have a situation and don't know what to do, I call my sponsor or someone in the program or ask what my higher power would want me to do. It could be helpful to write about an issue before calling your sponsor. Some sponsors do better if we call them and follow directions. I make an effort to treat people today as I want to be treated. God can give me what I need, not what I want. When I go to sleep, I want a warm, caring, forgiving, loving individual. And I want that person to be me. I was asked to substitute for my dad. I was so nervous about being judged and compared, I called my sponsor. And he asked me, "Are you the best at what you do?" I responded, "No." He said, "Are you the worst at what you do?" I said, "No." He said, "So you're in between?" And I said, "Yes." Then he suggested, why not go and do the best mediocre job you can do? That helped take away the nervousness, and I did a good job. My sponsor suggested reading from the Big Book, page 417, 4th edition. When I focus on what's good today, I have a good day. When I focus on what's bad, I have a bad day. If I focus on a problem, the problem increases. If I focus on the answer increases. My sponsor suggested reading from the Big Book, page 417 daily, 4th edition. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life, unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it is supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I accept life completely on life's terms, I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and in my attitudes. My sponsor shared with me that steps 2 and 3 aren't action steps, but an opportunity to open our minds to the possibility of maybe choosing to change our belief of our childhood concept of God, to do something that might work better for us. Step 3, I shared I didn't turn my life and will over to the care of God in step 3. If I was able to turn my life and my will over to God in step 3, why would I need the other steps? What step 3 is suggesting is I am willing to reevaluate my concept of God, and I'm willing to move into the next steps. I've learned that recovery comes from what I practice, not what I learn, read, heard, or studied. God put our eyes in the front of our head for a reason. Program teaches us to focus on what we're doing now, not focus on what we did. It's probably better not to second guess once we made a decision. Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past would be different. My sponsors suggested having the willingness to believe in a higher power and not I will believe in God after many, many years. Fake it till you make it and act as if might mean opening my mind to looking at things differently and gaining a different perspective. God is my ultimate sponsor. No one knows what we're thinking. My sponsor would share, it isn't what I don't know that is a problem, it is what I know for sure that can bury me. My sponsor shared with me that it's important to study the big book, not read it. I asked my sponsor, how long do I have to go to meetings? He said, until you want to go to meetings. When do you know that the program is working in your life? When you're not explaining or justifying yourself. My sponsor suggested to share problems with your sponsor, share solutions at a meeting. One way to share a problem is to tell a little bit about the problem, what program says to do about it, and what actions we've taken. That shares experience, strength, and hope.